koma ebunye yenu si ajide nkoji na aga n'iru biko ka anyị gbakọ kịta wee kene Eze-Ana Eze-Ana ga-adị Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu nwoke ọma nọrọ Ifite ị ga-adị Ọdịnala bụ eziokwu ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ ịma na o nwere olu na-eti mkpu na-asị ụmụ Igbo chigharịa ụmụ Igbo chigharịa kwa mbọsị ọ na-eti n'ụtụtụ n'abalị ọ nọ na nkuzi Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu onye ọma nọrọ Ifite onye mgbasa ozi ọma ọdịnala gaba n'iru Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu onye mmanye je eme ọnụ ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ gaba n'iru Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu onye ọma nọrọ Ifite onye mgbasa ozi ọma ọdịnala gaba n'iru Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu onye mmanye je eme ọnụ ọdịnala bụ ụzọ ndụ gaba n'iru Eze-Ana ga-adị Ugochitubelu ga-adị Ugochitubelu tempụl ọ ya adị maka na eziokwu anwa chacha ndị ụka erigo anyị front and back ndị oche eli anyị front and back faji asị kala aka ghọrị ụmụ Igbo si anyị rapụ nke anyị na nke fe ka mma bulu Baịbụl bịa akwụkwọ akụkọ mepekwa chọọchị fa okwu n'ụka bịakwa.
Good morning, viewers all over the world. My name is Ogbuefi Eze-Ana Ugochitubelu nọrọ Ifite. Abụ m onye isi nchụaja na Ugochitubelu ọdịnala temple. Anyị na-agba afa miri emi ịkwazi ọrụ mmụọ dị iche iche, deep consultation. Abụkwazi m onye isi nchụaja na ọdịnala restoration evangelical mission. Bụrụkwazi onye mgbasa ozi ọdịnala Igbo. So you can call me an ordinary evangelist. I will answer. My mission is to help people live better life. N'ụbọchị taa, n'oge awa nke eziokwu. Isiokwu anyị bụ, today's topic is why you should have altar that speaks for you, part 2. Why you should have altar that speaks for you, part 2. Before we dive into today's lecture, important announcement is, don't forget that our monthly rituals, 1 of September, is still ongoing. You can still join, or you can still join upcoming month. It's group sacrifice for upliftment to breakthrough and liberation, and Salaka that follows it. We have lots of testimonies, but as you all know, we don't share testimonies on social media. Yes, but this group of sacrifice is almost 3 years we started it. This morning I have gone to the temple to speak, pray, and make declarations upon the lives of those that join us. You can join us anywhere you are all over the world. Distance is never a barrier in any of our spiritual work in the temple. If you are interested, what you will do, you forward your 3 prayer requests, make token donation to the account number. You place your prayer request on the altar. Now, then making declaration upon your life throughout the month. On the last day of the month, we buy eatable things to go to the river to offer sacrifices on behalf of all. Then we proceed back to the temple to offer other sacrifices to entities of powers in the temple, with including ram and saraka that follows. I can tell you, we have lots of testimonies. But as you all know, it's not our method. We don't share testimonies on social media or in Facebook. because it's not necessary. What I can only tell you is that group ritual is very important. One day to batch, let's now proceed. Like I told you before, the topic of today is why you should have altar that speaks for you. Let me explain to you. So many people are saying that things normally happen naturally, like some of those people that are atheists. They will tell you that even prayer is not necessary, that things just normally happen. It's not true. Yes, it's not true. I can prove the person wrong over and over again. If you does not work, you cannot eat. Anybody that's telling you that things just normally happens does not understand how things work in creation. The truth of the matter is that in creation, prayer works. Faith works. Conviction works. But you must have commensurating work attached to it. Meaning, if you pray, you long for something, you wish for something, you must match it up with actions. Yes. Ndị Igbo na-atụ ilu si na ọbara nkịtị kwere ekwe. But before we proceed, if you have any question in today's lecture or any chọrọ ka anyị gbaalụ family, echefukwara na WhatsApp number ị ga-eji nweta m bụ 08057837672 08057837672 maọbụ 08138243871 08138243871 or now look on their screen. The number you see there is my number on WhatsApp. So if you have any question or you want to join us in monthly rituals. So before we continue, what I want to tell you is this. Prayer works all over the globe. Every world known religion understand the importance of prayer. Because I have seen some people on social media calling prayer a waste of time. No. Some will be telling you that world religion all over the world, they will be telling you that go to Austria, go to Germany, that things are working there. My brother, my sister, I can tell you, some of those countries you are mentioning, they have spirituality. What is important is spirituality. And I can tell you, spirituality is the same. Spirituality is the same. So I will never advise you not to pray. Or there is nothing like spirituality. No. Spirituality works if you understand the right principles and they always apply it in your daily activities. There is no country on earth that does not respect or follow spirituality. I can tell you. Is it Chinese people? Is it Japanese people? They practice Shintoism. It's a form of belief that ensures of high moral standard. The way we used to have it here in Igbo spirituality. High moral standard. That is why you see some people like M.I. Obara, Dr. Nanda Zikiwe, B.C. Iwun, all those some of these people of the old, they served this country without stealing. I remember vividly that the person of Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe. The house, his house, the 50 house was built in his house in Osionira at Onitsha there by federal government. Some of these people of the ancient time, or is it Mbazulika Amechi, some of those people that serve as a former the first aviation minister, some of the people serve selflessly without embezzling money, unlike what we have now. So what I'm telling you is that when high moral values succeed, it makes the citizens to serve selflessly. So why some of those countries are developing is because they have leaders that have high moral values that ensures that they will serve their country with dignity. If you are called to serve, is called to serve, not to embezzle money, to take money that will be used for development. You understand? So the thing is that they maintain their belief in Chukwu using their own method. However, they have the fear of Chukwu in their mind. So wherever you see yourself in a position of authority, you say the truth. That is the difference. But the thing down here is that people belong to so many religious sects in Nigeria. However, the high moral value is down. Stealing is no longer anything. Everybody wants to embezzle. That is the problem. So it does not mean that those countries does not have spirituality. No. They have altars that speaks for them. Example, the fastest growing economy today as we speak is China and India. But they have their own spirituality. So some people are normally attack religion. Religion is not the problem. The problem is the high moral value is no longer there. Because high moral value will teach you that if you want to serve public, serve with clean hands. Don't embezzle public funds. Yes. So what I can tell you, all these world religions have various altars. Is it the Indians? They have practiced Hinduism. It's an altar. Is it people that the Asian people that practice the Shintoism? It's an altar. Name them all this world religion. All this world religion. If you go to America, they have their own various religion. But what is important that each and every one of them has this high moral value to make their country work. So religion is not the problem. The problem is the fact that high moral value is down. Yes. And the people don't understand how this works. So some people began to take advantage of ignorant ones. That is the issue. But I can tell you world over, for some of you that will be showing on Facebook that social country is progressing, that they don't have religion. Believe in me, they have spirituality, but you don't know. Let me give you an example now. If you go to like something, a country like Germany or Austria, there is a place called Vamperberg. That place called Vamperberg is where they call it mountain, where the founder of the Great Message once lived, in the person of Abraham. Yes, is where he was lived. They have followers there. Their moral standard have taught them that if you want to serve with all sincerity. The same thing with people that are into maybe the Ekanka, the Ekis people. Yes. The Ekis people. They have their spiritual head. They have members. They have millions of members globally. Yes. Their spiritual leader is called Mahanta. Mahanta. The way of the spirit, the ek. The ek is the ek of the spirit, the way of the spirit. Then they have the living ek master. All this is our spirituality. Normally, spirituality teaches you how to be fair in any whatever you are doing with other human beings. So the same thing all over. All these foreign religions I just mentioned, they are not of African origin. Their origin is of the whites, those either Asia or Europe. So to some of you that are always using them as an example of how things work, where a system is working. The system is working because they have their own spirituality, which happen to be the altar. And they pay the rules, pay attention to the rules of live and let live. So what is the problem here is we don't have altar that speaks for us. Even coming down to Igbo spirituality, in Igbo spirituality, we have altars that encourages you and advise you not to suppress others, not to oppress others. Because our own spirituality has moral values. Like Igbo spirituality has moral values. Ordinary Igbo has moral values. That's why Ordinary Igbo is embedded within the song. Like I told you before, if anybody is claiming or telling you that he's an Ordinary Igbo practitioner, the person must always observe Nso. Because it's in Eze-Ana. It's in Eze-Ana that we make you to live according to high moral value, according to laid down rules. It's in Eze-Ana that we make you to understand that it's forbidden for you to oppress others because you have power. Yes, it's Igbo spirituality is an altar, and that altar advises you how to be and live in peace with your fellow human being. That is Igbo spirituality encourages you to do that. So what I'm telling you now is this: Igbo spirituality is an altar, and it is an altar that encourages you and advises you never to take what is not yours. In Igbo spirituality, we have what we call taboo. Nsan. You are not permitted to take what is not yours, and maybe as you are stealing it. If you want to take something from someone, tell the person. If he permits you, so be it. If not, leave it. It's not yours. Igbo in spirituality encourages you never to commit murder. Igbo spirituality encourages you how to respect your parents, respect the elderly ones. Igbo spirituality advises you why you should not go after another person's wife. So Igbo spirituality encourages you in so many ways of how we can live in harmony in this place called earth. That is an altar. So what you must have an altar that speaks for you. What altar does is that altar is the spiritual forces, a place of worship, an altar that you are linked with. It is a must that you should have forces that speaks for you. It is a must that you must have an altar that you have linked with. The benefit is one. If you are under the influence of any altar, you will try to be and live by the rules. But if you are not affiliated to any altar, you'll be living careless life and they don't keep rules. That altar will be checkmating you, even character-wise. So it's very always ideal for you to have an altar that speaks for you. Yes, it could be altar from your ancestral home, it could be other altars, but the most important thing is that why it is important for you to have altar that speaks for you is this. There are so many benefits therein. If you have altar that speaks for you, that altar is Like I told you before in my previous lectures, that altar is a place anchored. An altar is a place that is built for the glory of God. Altar is a place that the entities of powers are anchored for the glory of God. Our altar is like a place set aside and consecrated at a stepping stone where you will be able to connect yourself with other spiritual forces in the other divine. That's why whenever altar is built, altar will be consecrated. So the importance of you having an altar that speaks for you is this. That altar that you have link with, you always fight your battle. Example, before anybody will recognize you, or maybe if you are the governor or whatever, is an altar. The person is in his altar while trying to recognize you. If you are using the radiation, negative radiation he sent against you. But if you are protected via another altar, it will become fight altar versus altar. It's very important for you to have altar that's peaceful. What it does is that whenever another altar rises against you, your own altar will protect you. If you live according to the rules of the altar. Because he who lives in a glass house should not throw stone. If you need your ancestral altar to protect you, you must be sure that you don't harm others. So that if anybody tries to harm you, it will not work. Because your hands are clean. That is where you will be in contact with natural forces. Natural forces ensures that there is harmony. You must have identified with your altar that speaks for you. You must have an altar. Beginning with your altar with your chi. You must be in line and in harmony with your chi. That is the primary altar. Then you have the secondary altar. The primary altar is those altar you have, those your personal altar you have maybe in your house. Then how the system is, we have the secondary altar. The secondary altar is those altars that are outside their home. Maybe in Igbo spirituality, we have our own altar, Okuchiani, in our various homes. Then we still have outer altar. The secondary altar is like we are the village shrine in your secondary altar, or any other shrine outside your home. So what am I telling you now? It's important for you to have an altar that speaks for you. Yes, because those altars will always come to your defense when the ships are down. So what I'm telling you is learn how to and the how and the importance of having altar that always stand by you. We have various altars. You build bridges, because when you have altars that speaks for you, you are building bridges. You are building bridges. As on your ordinary, the first altar and primary altar is Yachi. And make sure you are in good relationship, build personal relationship with Yachi and your ancestral forces. Name them. Ndiche, Agugi, Ndo your spiritual associates, your Izumes, handing over various altars. You can build those altars from there to maybe Moikunegi, Moikunagi. There are various altars. As you are rising, the more you are expanding your tentacles, the more you are expanding your legs. And the more you are expanding your legs, the stronger you become. The same way, you will be able to decide to have other external altars, like Eze-Ana and rest of them. Yes, they must have altars that speaks for you. That is to say, you have entities of powers that always watch your back. Because every food develop, came at develop. What you don't know remains a mystery to you. Nya batakwuru ka mmadụ link onwe to various altars. Kpatara ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ ji akụ mbamba akụ mmụọ dị iche iche. Like the one we have in the temple, as children of the temple, and friends of the temple to Kiwanijel. Because all those Omuani in a high link, their duty is to be watching your back. Because we are living in a competitive world. It's not everybody will like you. Everybody can never like you. No matter what. Even your enemies, even if you decide to kill yourself, you can never please them. That is to tell you the type of world we are living in. So you must be ready to Eze-Ana many have gone. Having this nonchalant attitude of but there are some people who don't like you. You must have altar that speaks for you. And you respect the rules. The rules is that don't oppress anybody. Don't take what is not yours. Always stand at the right path. Then build more links with entities of powers here and there. You get what? By so doing, we are building more legs. You are building more legs. And the more you are building more legs, you are building spiritual entities. You are growing, because one thing you don't know is this. In spiritual connections, we grow. The same way on earth, if you have money, you are looking for contact. If you na enwe contact mara mma, etu akọ dị na mmụọ. Onwere ka ọ ga-esi were reje. Know that those spiritual altars you link yourself is for a purpose. If you link yourself with spiritual altars, it's for a purpose. It's better. Because they're stronger than making ordinary charms. Making ordinary charms has been limitation. But linking yourself to altars gives you better advantage. Because you are linking yourself with spirituality. And the spirituality, their powers is higher because they have links with spiritual realm. They will take you far than making ordinary charms. So what I'm telling you in essence is that you must have altar that speaks for you. And the first altar is aligning with your chi. Because your chi remains the primary altar. Aligning with your chi, know what your chi wants. Know what your chi forbids. Because some people normally go and dive into charm making without knowing that their chi forbids charm. That is to say that charm does not work for everybody. Because it's an addition of certain things. But there is this awele that follows your chi originally. So what you need to do is to activate it via linking yourself with your chi. activate it via linking yourself with other altars that will activate them naturally. Let me tell you why altar is linking yourself with altar is the best. Charm is a substance mixed together for the purpose of you and only you. For the purpose of you, aiding you and only you. That is charm. But altar is not installed because of only you. Like I told you before, that altar has vertical, horizontal, and vertical connections. Every altar has a link to spiritual realm. Yes. Why the vertical means it has a link to humans. Whenever you hear me mention about the entities of powers, I normally call them horizontal na ha na-ejere Chukwu ozi, vertical bụ na ha na ozi ha na-eje metara mmadụ. So they link you far to entities of powers. That is those altars, because that altar is not solely built for you alone. Even Yachi is the coordinator that radiates, connect with you and the outer you and outer forces. Because Yachi is linked with your Ikenga. Ikenga, Chi, represents other forces that has to do with Yachi. But those charms they made for you is just for you and the charm. That's why they use something for you or they use your name. So spiritual entities is far, far stronger and will give you far advantage. Let me stop here. So today, it is see it as something that's very important for you to have an altar that speaks for you. You get why? So that you do so that you must have an altar that will always protect you when the needs arise. Let me stop here. So if you have any question to this lecture, why you should have altar that speaks for you. If you have not watched part 1, go and look for that part 1 on our YouTube channel. Eze-Ana. You should have altar that speaks for you. Start from Yachi, which is the primary altar, and also the secondary altar. As you are growing spiritually, your powers do rise. You'll be moving from strength to strength. Let me stop here. If you have questions in today's lecture or you want us to do deep consultation for you, chat me on WhatsApp 0805 7837672. I repeat 0805 7837672 or 0813 8243 See you tomorrow. No ga one case. I said no one ebudo je ji we church. Emecha no ye puo me. Ya mesiam.